Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Good. Okay. It's good to be here with you. Is there anyone here who's new today? We won't make you say anything, but if you just put your hand up, welcome. We're happy that you've come. We'll have a break time and you'll get a chance to meet people. My name is Zopa, and I'm here with Eric and Bill and Dora, and our wonderful Omse Carolyn. And we're trying to get used to this new space. All kinds of things, like how long does it take to drive here? and where is it anyway? And yeah, it's amazing. We really came into the space with, like I keep thinking, like a tsunami, right? Campo Lodrodonio was here. We were in a hurry to get the floor stained, to have walls, a few other things. So it feels like we arrived in a kind of a big wave, and now we're on the shore going, whew, that was a lot, and we're not done, of course. Thank goodness, nothing's ever over, really. So I'm kind of saying that to then say that I left all my notes at home. Everything. But I remember the two themes that I wanted to bring today. So first I'll just say what our schedule is. There's usually a short kind of thoughts of the teachers, perhaps we could call them. And then we do a calm abiding meditation, which there will be some instruction for. And many people sitting here have done calm abiding for, I don't know, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30 years. So I suspect those folks probably use the sound of the voice to just realize that sound is so interdependent, impermanent. So, and yet we still need to be reminded, at least I do, after about, I don't know, I say I've done 20 some years of Dharma, but when I look, the first 5 years, hard to say what I was doing. I was definitely putting in effort, and I was definitely going to short retreats and studying a lot, but who knows? Anyway, after all that time, I still need a lot of guidance. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about this morning for a little bit, is how much all beings, everyone in this room, but everyone, even animals, want to be happy and at peace. And if we look honestly, we're not. If we look honestly, we have moments of happiness, right? We have moments of ease, is the word I'm using these days. Am I at ease? And we may even have many moments of that, but we also have moments of what the teachings call the sufferings in the human realm. So those sufferings are first unsatisfactory. It's unsatisfactory. We have a hard time, I don't know if you're like me, a little hard time looking at that, because in our culture, we're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to be happy and you're supposed to be nice. And those can be a real burden, because in fact, we don't often feel happy and nice, then we can't really be honest. But this happiness that we want, it gets hijacked by many things. They call them the three poisons, which are the bottom level is ignorance. So this ignorance is a mistaken view of who we are, where we are, and what's going on. So there are volumes written on this, but the way I get it down for myself to be able to talk and think about is that I live in an illusion, and that illusion is that I'm completely separate from things and people. I'm in my own bubble, and what grows out of that, now you may not, some people, sometimes we're hard in our bubble, like when we're angry or we're really, really wanting something, that bubble gets really thick. And at that point, if someone interferes, we might even push them away. We might punch them, we might go to war against them, or we might grab them and try and keep them for ourselves. Is this familiar to anyone? Okay. So I'm not just the only one on the earth. Okay, so this unsatisfactoriness has to do with that confusion. We live in confusion. You're here because there's some, what one prayer calls, some sensitivity for truth that has risen in your mind. So you say, this doesn't work. I've tried everything. I got the job, the house, the car, the partner, the kids, the everything I ever wanted, and meh. It's just not working. So this is our human condition. It's important to get the right diagnosis, as they say. Then the metaphor goes on. The Buddha is the doctor. The teachings are the medicine. The Sangha, which includes everyone who becomes a Buddhist or takes up the path. You don't have to be too much of an ist, but who takes up the teachings, tries to practice them. That's the Sangha, the helpers. The really deep Sangha are those beings who have practiced enough, often lifetime after lifetime, so that they actually have stepped beyond the confusion, and then they can help us do that same thing. So how are we going to do this? Because check in right now and see if you feel there's a separate self looking at a separate Zopa up here. That's how we are. It's okay, nothing wrong with it. It's just that it's confusion and it leads to suffering. So this, one of the ways through it is the word interdependence. So at any moment, at any time, and I was working on this particularly this morning, you walk into the bathroom and turn on the water and it comes out. You did not create that. I know nothing about plumbing except to call the plumber. So who is that? How many beings am I interdependent with in that very moment? I didn't even build the building I'm in. The money I get because I'm retired comes from people in the United States and Clackamas County, where I worked for a while. Oh no, it's the PERS system, so the state of Oregon. So you're all paying my continued retirement, thank you. And so you can take any item, your shirt, your car, the road you drive on, the cushion you're sitting on, and you can realize, I am so not alone. I am so not independent, yet I have this mind. feels like I am. And it often feels like my personal territory. I must protect it against you. And if you agree with me, then you're my friend. And if you disagree, you're not my friend. And all of that is based on the I, this I. So it's just good as we go along to figure out how can we get at this happiness, which is right within us. Right, it's already here. There's nowhere to go. It's not going to be in some la-la land where it's here now, in your heart. It's in the heart of everyone. And as we begin to move away the fog that surrounds us, we see that, and our lives do. I don't want to say they become happier, but it's simply because we start living in who we really are, which is this amazing, flexible, at ease Buddha nature that everybody has. And when we live in that, we automatically help others to live in it. We don't have to do a bunch of stuff. You will drive your car differently, eat your meals differently. Everything starts changing. Now, do I experience this all the time? Of course not. No. Had a very rough week emotionally, but that's okay. It's fodder for the practice. It's getting to see, I see the habit, I see it. I don't have to go there. There are antidotes, there are ways. So enough said. And how do we do this? There are really, literally, they say 84,000 teachings about how to do this, all within Buddhism. Then you look at other good religions, even more. So it's good to do the three things that we talk about, the three methods of study, which you do coming here, reading a book, going online. And then once you study, to contemplate, like step back from the study, close the book, shut the computer off, and think about it. Is that true? Is that what I experience? Do I experience kind of a subtle dissatisfaction? Even when I'm at my peak of happiness? Yeah, because we don't want it to end. So the dissatisfaction's already right there. So contemplate, and then finally drop all thought. Of course, thoughts will come, but just don't follow them anymore. And simply be in what's called the original mind, which is our Buddha nature, which is right there. And as the teachings say, it's so close, we can't see it. It's so close. There's a saying in the Muslim religion, God is as close as your own throat. I love that. It's like, wow, really? That's close. So is our Buddha nature. Okay, so we need help to do this, because I don't know about you, but I'm not living every moment in what I just described, except the unsatisfactoriness. So we need help, and that's why we return to refuge in bodhicitta. These are key doors. So the refuge is, what am I going to rely on now? Now that I've worn out all the things, all my addictions, all my grasping, all my pushing away. Then what do I rely on? So we turn to the three jewels, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. And then we generate bodhicitta, which is awakened mind. Literally, it means awakened mind. Tibetans say mind and point at the heart. So you can say heart mind, awakened heart mind. And that's what this prayer summons. And where is it summoning it? In our own mind, because that's the only place we can practice. So let's do that together, and then we'll do calm abiding. Until the summit of enlightenment is reached, I and all beings until the summit of enlightenment is reached. I and all beings go for refuge to the sources of true refuge. I will now practice the absorption of calm abiding in order to release all beings from their particular suffering and establish them in lasting peace and happiness. Until the summit of enlightenment is reached, I and all beings go for refuge to the sources of true refuge. I will now practice the absorption of calm abiding in order to release all beings from their particular suffering and establish them in lasting peace and happiness. So once we set this bodhicitta motivation, which is I'm here to release all beings from their suffering, that's why I'm practicing this calm abiding. That gives us a vast sense of the practice, and then we can kind of let go of that. But it's quite good for a moment to perhaps see yourself as a grain of sand on a vast, vast beach, and all other beings are grains of sand. And that you realize in some way you're fully connected to them, and you're here with that recognition. As we practice calm abiding, also called shine, we really need to relax. And at the same time, to stay aware. Almost alert, but that word can interfere with the relaxed state. So it's quite good to start with checking your body since you're still in one. Just check in there. Whatever you find, you can meet it with a friendly mind. Oh, left leg is quite stiff. Okay, hi. That's all. Tummy's upset. Okay, I see you. Then don't go into the story about the leg or the stomach. Just acknowledge in a friendly way and let go. When it comes back, because it might, do the same thing. Hi, I see you. Inevitably, we get caught in stories. It's what we do on and off the cushion constantly. So all we need to do is see that. Oh, there's a sensation. Okay. Oh, here comes the story of it. Okay. But we don't need to follow the story. Simply see it. And one of the things I'm using now is saying, am I willing to let go of this story just for this session. It's quite good to see sometimes you say yes and you move on, and sometimes you say no, I insist on entertaining this to its end. The problem is there's no end, and you're caught the whole time, basically doing what we do off the cushion. So to honor being on the cushion or on your chair, whatever you're on, to honor that, to honor your intention to do this calm abiding, whenever you see the story arise, just see if you're willing to let go and then let go. So to do this, we generally need an anchor. Like, what do we come back to? When we're in the ocean of thoughts, sensations, memories, planning, what do we come back to? So one of the stories is we can be like a bird that flies away from a little ship on a vast ocean. Small ship. That's our attention, our calm abiding. And we fly away. That's the thoughts taking us away. We fly around, but really there's nowhere to come back to in this ocean but to that little boat. That can be the breath, because it's right here. So it can also, as you engage in various practices with some guidance, it can be other objects. Visualization of the Buddha or visualizations of various other beings that simply are qualities of compassion and wisdom, or colors or whatever. It's best not to make those up until you have some help. So most of us start with and kind of stick with the breath for quite a long time. And come to the breath, seeing if you can engage in it without changing it. You were breathing the whole time before you came here and not even thinking about it, so it's kind of like that. Just noticing what it naturally does. And then again, when the mind starts wandering out of the hall, off to the world, back to your house, your job, your partner, whatever, just bring it back to this breath here in this hall, engaging in calm abiding with like-minded people. And we'll just do this over and over for the next about 40 minutes. And about every 8 minutes, I'll call a break so that you can adjust posture and refocus. And in that moment, when I call the break, it's a really good moment to see, where's my mind? Is it on the object, the breath, or is it gone off somewhere? With no judgment, just noticing. So enjoy your meditation. Have a stretch if you like. See where your mind is. this virtue may I quickly realize Mahamudra and establish all beings without exception in this state. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Always helpful. I know we have announcements, and I see Linda Basant with a little packet. So maybe we'll start there, okay? She's got all the details.
I'm trying to model that anytime we say anything, we hope that the people who are listening to the streaming will be able to hear it. So if we make an announcement and it's not on the sound system, they won't be able to hear it. I don't actually care about this, but there are, Miriam, 5 people streaming right now? We can see, so it's great. We have this grand celebration coming. That's what my announcement is about. It's 2 weeks from yesterday, so it's galloping right upon us. And I have things for anybody who would like to help with it. A whole bunch of people have signed up to help already. I have posters that you can post anywhere that you think there might be people who would be interested in coming. I have a little list of volunteers that we still need. So if anybody would be interested in volunteering that day, please talk to me at the break or afterwards. If you want to bake something and you haven't yet told Linda Logan about that,
will you hold your hand?
Yeah, she can. Please talk to her. I know somebody talked to me earlier about that. If you have books or Dharma items to donate to the Dharma sale, please talk to Diane Lucas about that. Bring them next Sunday. Great. And if you are interested in asking your friends, colleagues, families, coworkers, anyone in your life who might want to support the Dharma for a financial contribution, I have the packets about that. So most important, just come. And if you know anybody in this neighborhood, really encourage them to come, because we really want them to know that we're nice people in this building that we've been working on for so long. And if you have anyone who's been wondering about meditation practice and a little shy to actually get here at the formal time, we'll be out in the tent, and it's a really lovely opportunity for somebody who's kind of teetering on the edge of giving it a try to come and practice with us. I think that's all.
Okay, thank you, and thanks for all the work you're doing. Any questions? It's all pretty clear. What else do we need to let people know about? Okay, there's a few people, so Bill and Cynthia are, let's go Bill and Cynthia. Yeah, great. Yep, it's on, I think.
All right. The green light's pointing the wrong way for me to see it. One of the things that we've noted as we've moved in here is that as our space has changed, so has the need for us to revise some of the ways that we organize ourselves at a practical level with volunteers to help out with the sessions. And just to use one example, the work of the chant leader has changed. Over at our previous center, everything was very compact, and so you could, with one hand, sort of fill a pitcher and do another thing and open the front door and say hello to somebody. As things have spread out here, and things have changed ground, we actually need more people to be involved. The community actually has to step up and animate this space with a kind of a new sense of figuring out how we're going to do things. And one of the things that's well, about as close as I can get to it, but without chewing on it. But okay.
Oh, yeah, when you were chewing on it, we could
All
hear.
right. Well, then you have to hold it in your hand, otherwise it doesn't work. This doesn't work here. So to be able to do things like set up for tea, set up the cushions, set up the tables for Chenrezig practice, all these things are require more effort and energy now than they did before. So the chant leader, who one of their qualifications had to be willingness to sit and open one's mouth first before anyone else started the chant. That's not actually required for setting up the tea or moving the cushions or any of these other things. So it's now no longer, the team needs to be kind of an integrated team, but it doesn't need to be as that one qualification alone makes you either in or out. So you can talk to Carolyn a little bit about this, and I think there's some other, and Miriam, who else is here on that team? There are a few other people. Yeah, a couple more. Okay, you can talk to any of these people about the work, and then we'll go from there. Keep it short there.
And I suspect, Linda Grove, are you kind of organizing folks? So you can email Linda Grove right there. You can find her talk with her at the break. She'll organize the folks in various teams to be doing this. Next Sunday, I think we'll try out, although I haven't talked with anyone, it is the last Sunday of the month, so we could try out our usual let's clean up the space a little and just see how it happens in here. We may not have a chore board and stuff, but the bathrooms need cleaning and the floors need cleaning and everything needs to be shaken out, so we'll try that out next Sunday. I'll send out an email. Peggy?
I was just going to mention it was in the past the fourth Sunday. Next
Yeah,
Sunday
we'll
is the
try.
fifth, which happens about 4 times a
Yeah,
year.
we'll try to get to the fourth one, but we're at the end of our tsunami right now, so we're on the beach, like looking around, kind of soaking wet, going, okay, what's next?
And the
Okay.
Bodhisattva vow on August 12th.
Yes, with Lama
All-day
Michael.
teachings with Lama Michael. Teachings in the morning, the vow in the afternoon.
If you've already taken the vow, it's a great opportunity to renew it, and the teachings say when you renew, you are purifying all the moments, which are pretty much every moment, that you are not able to keep it, since it requires complete loving kindness towards all beings every moment, as just one of the parts of it. So, and if you're brand new and you want to talk with someone about talk with us, there is a book recommended on the website which describes the day to read about the vow.
And just to remind people, many teachers have said that if you were actually capable of this loving kindness on a continuous basis, you would not need to take the vow.
Yeah.
So
Don't let that stop you.
yes.
Let it encourage you, because you do move forward by trying. Anything else for the good of all? Cynthia?
Okay. I was, instead of asking this privately at the break, maybe others had the same question. Friends have mentioned wanting to come to the opening so they could learn to sit. And I was wondering, is each session of sitting going to have a guided for somebody brand new?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
I just want to point out that there are 40 people here today.
Yay.
And in the middle of July, the middle of the summer, we almost never had 40 people here, and we would have been sardines. So this is
We
cool.
did have 40 and we were sardines. Now we have space. Okay, enjoy some time together. Hey, did you want any mention of this being last Sunday here? Oh, I didn't know if you wanted that. Might be nice.